What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my Week 8 college basketball top 25 rankings. This week, not too much happened, but we did have a few teams shuffling around, like Purdue losing to Auburn, and that means they fell out of my rankings with 4 losses already this season. But they stay in my others receiving votes, along with other Big Ten teams, Wisconsin, Maryland, Illinois, and then Pitt is in the ACC, and they're right on the cusp of the top 25. And the top 25, you get some teams that are joining a new team in Georgia, going 11-1 this year with their only loss to Marquette. So they are joining the rankings after 2 blowout wins last week. Baylor moves up one. Didn't play last week, get one game this week. UCLA, they fall just 3 spots. Tough one at pretty much the buzzer to North Carolina to lose that way in the CBS Sports Classic. But this UCLA team, I still think could be a very dangerous team in the Big Ten. Same with Michigan. They just can't close games. They struggle late, and I think that's early in the season. Dusty May needs to figure that out, or else this team could possibly be 11-0. Because Michigan's right there. They just need to figure that out at the end of the games. Their late game situations isn't the best. But moving forward, I think this team could be dangerous come March. Then San Diego State moves up after their win against Cal. 16 through 20. Everybody's staying the same here except Mississippi State. They're moving up 5, and it's because of a big win against Memphis on the road. Now 11-1. I don't think anybody really saw this Mississippi State team playing this well this early. 11-1 is very good. Now, when they hit SEC play, next year pretty much in 2025, I think we'll really find out what this Bulldog team is made of. Now, Arkansas, they're not ranked in the AP poll, but I love this Arkansas team. As long as Calipari's there, they're going to be good in the regular season. We know that. SEC play comes around the corner, so don't be surprised if this Arkansas team falls off a little bit, but I still think they'll be a tournament team. And same goes for Ole Miss as they actually go and play Memphis this week in a big game for them to really see where this Ole Miss team fits in this year before big SEC play. 11 through 15, everybody stays the same. Took care of business last week. Gonzaga on this list has the toughest game, I think, this week. UCLA Gonzaga, probably the best game of this whole week because, Christmas is around the corner and a lot of these players and the scheduling purposes have a few days off for Christmas. So, not too many games this week, but it's good to see all these teams keep on winning, and especially UConn last week playing 2 Big East games, getting the wins, really showing that they are still going to be a dominant team this year. 6 through 10, Duke stays at 6, gets their first or their second ACC win against Georgia Tech, blowout there. Kentucky falls from 3 to 7, and it's more Ohio State than Kentucky. You don't know what team you're going to get out of Ohio State. You're either going to get the team that can pull off these upsets or a huge letdown team in Ohio State. They're yet to find their footing, but they played well and dominant against this Kentucky team, which, 10-2, I think if you look at their non-conference schedule, I think that's probably where you would put them before they played SEC. And then Marquette scrapes by just like UConn did against the same 2 teams, Butler and Xavier, in Big East play to get to 2-0 as they head into a little break. And then Alabama falls 1 spot just because Marquette had some better wins last week. Alabama down at half to North Dakota, but found a way to win. Then Kansas takes care of business against Brown. 1 through 5, I think it's only right to put 4 of the 5 best teams in the country right now are from the SEC, and it's only right to have 1 through 3 be Tennessee, Auburn, and Florida. Auburn, huge win over Purdue at home by 18. Dominant win. It's tempting to put Florida ahead of them, but Auburn's just had some better wins this year. Tennessee obviously blowing out teams besides the week before where they won at the buzzer. But they get Middle Tennessee this week. They're going to go on break, come back, and then start SEC play along with the other teams. And then the team I haven't talked about is Oklahoma. Oklahoma is playing some really good basketball, going into Michigan go into the Classic and beat Michigan by 1 after being down by 18 or 15. Then they were up by 15, and eventually it was just a 1-point victory. But it's a good win for them against a team that more than likely will make the tournament as they head in SEC play. Then Iowa State could be that team in the Big 12 that just runs the table now that, the conferences have realigned a little bit. I think Iowa State is the heavy favorite in the Big 12, in my opinion. But that's going to be it for the Week 8 Top 25. Check back next week as it might be the same or it could be a little shuffle around just because so many games and teams aren't playing this week. So make sure you check back next week to see where your team ranks. But Until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.